All right, Chapter 13, Section 2. Just like before, they have to have all parts of the question right in order to get it right. Number 1, the Spanish government offered huge tracts of land to impresarios, people who agreed to find settlers for the land. And I probably didn't pronounce that right. Empresarios. They're basically people that got large amounts of land and they brought people over almost like slaves to work it. Number 2, at the time, fewer than 5,000 Tejanos, people of Spanish heritage who thought of Texas as their home, lived in Texas. You could also use descent for number 2 if they have Tejanos in Texas in there. Number 3, at the time, fewer than 5,000, let's try that again. When Spanish settlers didn't respond to the land offers, the Spanish agreed to let American Moses Austin start a colony there, provided the settlers followed Spanish law. However, Mexico gained its independence from Spain in 1821 and Moses Austin died. Now, Stephen Austin carried out his father's plans with the consent of the Mexican government, under conditions that the new settlers agreed to become Mexican citizens and members of the Roman Catholic Church. By 1830, Americans in Texas outnumbered Tejanos 6-1. Tensions increased. Americans resisted Mexican laws. Americans unhappy that official documents were written in Spanish. Mexico outlawed slavery in 1829. Number 8, concerned about a possible revolution, the Mexican government cracked down on immigration. Texans limited taxes. I'll read number 8 again. Concerned about possible tensions, the Mexican government cracked down on Texan immigration and collected taxes. 9. Mexican President General Antonio Lopez Santa Anna jailed Austin and sent more troops to Texas. Santa Anna, who liked to be known as Napoleon of the West, led 6,000 troops to Texas. Texans declared Texas a free and independent republic. Sam Houston was placed in command of the Texan Army. Some Tejanos and free African Americans volunteered to fight supporting the Texans. The Alamo, an old mission in San Antonio, was used as a southeast Texas. All right, let's do 14 again here. The Alamo, an old mission in San Antonio, was used as a fort commanded by James Bowie and William Travis. Instead of San Antonio, you could have Southeast Texas. As long as they have everything else right, they can use base instead of fort, station instead of fort. That's fine. 15. Former Tennessee Congressman and frontiersman Davy Crockett was there also. They held off the Mexican attack, falling on the 13th day of the siege. Only a few women and children were spared. Over 300 more were captured and executed at Golad. Texans' victory came at the Battle of San Jacinto, where Houston forced Santa Anna to sign a treaty giving Texas its freedom. Texas had become an independent nation in 1836. Texas has become the Lone Star Republic, and Sam Houston was elected president. Texas requested for Congress to annex or join the Union. Congress voted against annexation because some Northerners opposed any expansion of slavery. Others feared that annexing Texas would lead to war with Mexico. Texas claimed land to the Rio Grande River. Mexico claimed land north to the Nueces River.